Hi, welcome to James Miller Lifeology, where you will learn to simplify and transform your life. My name is James Miller. I'm a licensed psychotherapist and a composer. In this episode, I wanted to speak with you about always being right. We know that one person who always stands out in our mind, who always has to be right. They always have to have the last word, they always have to prove their point ad nauseum, and it causes so much conflict that you just don't want to be around that person anymore. But have you realized that sometimes that person is you? And it may not be to the extreme form of that, but what about those times when someone tells you a story, or they tell you a joke, and you interrupt them and say, oh, you told this to me before, or I've heard this joke before. Well, it's essentially the same type of thing. You're telling them, I'm right, I have all the information, and so it negates what they're going to say. But we're actually taking away the joy for them of telling us something because it's funny to them or it's a good story to them. So why do we have to be right with that? Or let's say you are with someone else and this other person is telling a story to another person. And this first person who's telling the story doesn't give all the details. And so you interrupt and say, oh, well, then there's this. Or you try and take over the story as if you can tell it better. And sure, you may have more of the details, but that is a form of always being right. Or what happens if you're in a conversation with someone and you already know what they're going to say? Or I'm from the north, and so I speak very quickly, obviously. And so sometimes when I'm in the south, people speak a little more slowly. Nothing wrong with that. But if I already know where the conversation is going to go, if I were to go ahead and finish the conversation for them or finish a thought for them, well, that's a form of me trying to be right. And that's not okay. So everything we do, we have to slow it down. If we already know what's going to happen, or we've heard something before, or we have all the details, is that really important? Sure, it may enhance the situation, but if our goal is to give all this so that we can be right, well, that's not helpful. There's many times with friends that I have who may tell a story over and over again. I don't say anything unless they ask me, have I told this to you before? Because for them, it's important. So I want you to practice this as well. And of course, we're all guilty of it because we're in a very fast, frenetic energy or frenetic world where things just go and go and go. But we have to make sure that everything we do, it's not to prove ourselves to be right. That will come out in the end. The point is, how can you honor the person that you're talking to? How can you be a better listener and allow the situation just to transpire the way it's supposed to transpire? Thank you so much for watching James Miller Lifeology. If you've not yet subscribed to this channel, please do so. Down here at the bottom right, there is a little subscribe button. Go ahead and click on that, and then it'll ask you if you want the daily updates. So click on that as well. If you've not gone to my website, jamesmillerlifeology.com, please check it out. I launched my first course, Spirit, Mind, Body, the Perfect Triad, which is available on sale now until November 4th. And then I will also be offering my next course, which should be published tomorrow, when all hell breaks loose. And that specific class will help you deal with what happens when all hell breaks loose in your life. So have a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye-bye.